Okay, we're back. I'm going to be talking to Greenpeace, who are currently in the Indian Ocean. I'm going to talk about Global Oceans Treaty that Greenpeace has been pushing for a long time. And I'm just going to pin my comment, and I'm going to get the Greenpeace team on here. So I think they're reconnecting. Oh, hello. We're back.
Hi, hello.
Hi, good morning or good afternoon.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I'm excited to be connected now. And yeah, Mario, I'd love for you to introduce yourself and talk a little bit about where you are and what's happening out on the ship.
Yeah, hi. Really nice to meet you, Bonnie. I'm Mariajo. I'm the campaigner on board. And my main job is that all the activities and strategies that we want to do with this scientific work can be done. I'm like the contact person with the captain. And also, if we have to talk to the local authorities from the Seychelles, I'm also the person to do that.
Great.
And right now, we are in the middle of the Indian Ocean and really waiting to start a really amazing scientific work in the Saya de Maya Bank.
Amazing, wonderful. And I'd love to hear more about Saya de Malala Bank, and just about how that connects with the wider work of the Global Oceans Treaty.
Yeah, the Saya de Maya Bank is a remote, unique, little-known spot in the middle of the Indian Ocean, and it is really special because it has the seagrass meadow, the biggest seagrass meadow of the world. That means it's the biggest carbon sink in the high seas. It's also breeding ground for incredible animals like sperm whales, pygmy blue whales, and also feeding habitats for endangered sea turtles, seabirds. But now it's under threat. That's why we are here, because we think that doing some research, the research that we are doing right now, we can help to protect this spot and also be really helpful to protect the oceans and to push for a strong global ocean treaty.
Yeah, great. That's so good that you're there. And it sounds like a beautiful marine life to be witnessing, and just like I feel like probably it passions you, like makes you even more passionate to protect such wild places.
Yeah, that's the amazing part, that it's so little known about here that everything that we are discovering, it's like a huge thing to communicate to the whole world. And I think it's really important for the people who love the ocean, and I've heard that you are one of those people.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. I do. I love the ocean. That's kind of a big reason why I've kind of really focused my attention on single-use plastics and plastic pollution in the ocean. And I was fortunate enough to go on the Arctic Sunrise with Greenpeace back in 2017, and really learned a lot about just how campaigning works, you know, how you all kind of operate together, and how it kind of takes this like dual approach of inspiring individuals like those who are watching now, and then also kind of coming at it from a policy angle, and how important it is to also change policy to sort of really change the big decisions that big corporations make, and how it really takes like all of us. It takes the individuals and politicians who are there to represent us, yeah.
Yeah, I guess when you are when you witness the beauty of the ocean, and if you are really into the pollution by the plastic ocean, if you see them in these remote areas, it really makes you feel more stronger about protect the oceans and helping all of those who are really fighting, those people and those nations that are fighting for a strong protection for the ocean, and in our case is for the high seas. So it's really nice that you've been in the Arctic Sunrise. It's my favorite ship. So
Yeah.
what was that you liked most from the ship?
Ooh, it was fun just being in, you know, the kind of cabins and being sort of really together with people. You feel like you're really part of a team, which is really nice. And just how everyone has a role to play on the ship, you know, even if you're, you know, not the captain steering the ship, there's so many roles to be done, even if they're just like the daily tasks of keeping the ship tidy and clean. Or, you know, I remember the minute I stepped on the ship, I was like given a hard hat and like a rope, and we were like, you know, leaving the port of the Bahamas, and I remember just being like thrown into sort of getting involved, and I really loved that I was able to. Often, you know, things you can do around campaigning or raising awareness can be really far away or out of sight of the kind of issue, so it was nice to be there in person. And I mean, whilst it was really upsetting to trawl for microplastics, because every single time we trawled, we found a type or multiple types of plastic. So that was really upsetting to witness, but it really sort of inspired me and pushed me to really realize the level of the issue of plastic pollution, and just firsthand, you know, dropping a net down into the ocean and pulling it up and seeing plastics, like, couldn't be a more real, like, reality check of like the situation.
Yeah, that's it's so true that when you are seeing firsthand, it is like the most powerful images you can have. If it's okay with you, I'm gonna pass you with Kirsten. She is our scientific leader, and she is willing to talk to you. So really nice to meet you.
You too. Thank you so much. Have a great trip.
Hi, Bonnie. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We've met before.
Yes, so, I feel like I recognize your face. How are you?
Yeah, we've met before on the banks of the River Wye.
Yes, that's it. Very, I'm sure, different place to where you are now.
Well, it's a lot warmer, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. That was like a cold river, wet English day, but it was really interesting too.
Yeah, but still really powerful bit of research that you were doing there. So, definitely. Yeah, so I'm the lead scientist on board for the expedition to the Saya Tamala. But in reality, it takes the whole team to make this operation work well. So we've been doing sighting surveys, so a systematic sighting survey from 7 in the morning to 6 at night. And we have all of the crew working really hard, all of the campaign working really hard, and also the other additional scientists. So we're really using all our time well whilst we're at sea. And we're sighting all sorts of different species, from quite rarely spotted whales near the Seychelles to hearing sperm whales with our hydrophone, because we do acoustic monitoring as well. So we're finding out a lot about the Saya Tamala, and it's just a fantastic opportunity to be able to fill some of the key knowledge gaps around this really sort of unusual area of the high seas. And then we've also been carrying out some eDNA monitoring, and I'm not sure if you know about that, but I'll show you what it looks like. Essentially, we filter seawater, and we collect the DNA, the sort of free-floating DNA within the seawater, and we collect it. I'm putting on some gloves here so that I can show you what the filter capsule looks like. Actually, they're really sticky, especially when it's hot, but I've got one on, so we've got a clean space. So we basically filter the water and we collect the DNA on this filter capsule. And then we send that back to the lab, and that gives us an estimate of species richness and tells us about what kinds of fish, marine mammals, etc., that might have been passing through that area of water. So whilst we have results now on the things that we're seeing, we also have results on the things that we're hearing with our hydrophone that we tow behind the ship. And then also a bit later we'll have more results on what might have swum through the water that we couldn't hear or see. So that's pretty amazing, really powerful technique. Yeah. And we're about to use hopefully use the ROV to try and document the seabed. And we have some images of the seabed, which are pretty amazing. And we've actually got some seagrass here, which we just found floating around in the water, which we're preserving and we'll share with other people so they can have a look and be able to enjoy the sights that we have seen.
And
it is an amazing place.
Yeah, I bet. And like just seeing, just from every different angle of research you're taking, even like what's in that piece of, seaweed kind of capture you have, like you could probably, I don't know, see the different positive things that that's able to be doing for that environment too. And like you said, I've never heard of the DNA testing in the water. That's really an amazing thing. It's like the kind of the trails and things that animals leave behind and how that can tell a story.
Yeah.
I think, that's what's so important that I found.
Giving you an ability to look at, sorry, say that.
Sorry, no, go on. It gives you an ability to.
No, I was just saying it's almost like sort of giving you a window into a world that you can't study very easily. So it's, it's really exciting.
Yeah, and I think that's what I was going to say that's why I think...
What are you doing?
Sorry.
How are you doing? What are you doing for Greenpeace now?
Yeah, so I think, just following on from your point, I think what I find so interesting always about the ocean is the mystery that is, I find, attached to it. I think there's so much that is still left uncovered, unseen, unheard, which is obviously what's so brilliant about the work that you're doing right now. And it's what constantly pulls me always back to the ocean, whether that's physically going there or more so just like the stories that I like to tell and the kind of things that I like to do often like have that as like a basis of like what inspires me. So it's interesting. It must be really exciting for you to be witnessing these, new things. And I think we often look to like...
Yeah, we're very privileged.
Yeah, and just how many amazing things there are on this earth that are still here. Like it gives, I think it also instills a lot of hope too.
Yeah, and it's really important for everyone to sign on for that, sign the petition for the strong, and really it's important for the Global Ocean Treaty to go through. So sign the petition and make sure we can all make it happen.
Yeah, exactly. And it does, we do need policy, however much it's amazing that we're both, passionate together. Until there are real protection things in place, laws, different things, people can't be protected, and also the livelihoods of people who will be deeply affected by the kind of conservation of that, whether that's kind of communities, coastal communities. I think that's really important to think about too. It's not just it's not just marine animals and these wild places, but that obviously deeply connects to our health as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Healthy oceans means healthy people too.
For sure. And people are asking about the petition, so I'll put it in the caption when I post it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a really powerful way to help Greenpeace actually achieve their aims. And, I think we all are working together in trying to make that happen. It's urgent, and it's a powerful thing that they're doing. And, I think it's great that we're all working together for that aim. Yeah,
definitely. It takes it takes so many different angles of people, and I think people are often like, where do I start? And I think there's so many themes and chapters under the huge umbrella of the environment and conservation. So I think like me, I was instantly inspired by, like, my way in was always kind of single-use plastics, but I think the minute you open one door, you start being so interested in every element because you realize how connected it all is. And how long are you on the ship for?
We are on for another 2 weeks, so we have lots more work to do, and it's fantastic that we're here. So I think we need to wrap up soon. Are we ready?
We'll have a wonderful...
Our time's up. So
yeah, we'll have a wonderful rest of the research trip, and I hope some really interesting things come from the research.
Yeah, and thanks a lot. And, to everyone watching, listening, do sign that petition. It's really important. And, it's really important we all work together to protect our oceans. And thank you so much, Bonnie, for your interest and your help.
Thank you, Kristen.
Yeah, wonderful. And you. Yeah, you
thanks,
take care.
Everyone. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.